This is Ladder of Light Gaming. And I am your host, Action Jackson Wilson. We're back with NBA 2K26, MyCareer. Before we get started today, if you are new or returning, like, comment, and subscribe. First things first, for those that are unaware, we're looking to gobble up some more cheese here today. We're playing on the hardest difficulty, Hall of Fame. Here on NBA 2K26, 10-minute quarters. This is yours truly, Action Jackson Wilson. I'm a starting center, an MVP candidate, believe it or not. I play for the Charlotte Hornets. We're number 42. All around big. Can shoot, can finish, can rebound, can do a little of everything. Let's get a look at our stats up to this point. Be sure to check out my previous content. I post MyCareer key games and playoff contests all throughout the year. We're traversing through our rookie season. There's your boy making a run at Rookie of the Year, the MVP. And also, I'm leading in all-star votes. So this has been quite the story for Action Jackson Wilson. Nobody knew who he was growing up in the small state of Vermont. Made an impression his senior year of high school. He put out content to the social media. He got an invite to participate against the greatest prospects in Los Angeles. He shined. Instead of going to college, he elected to improve his draft stock out in Europe, playing for Paris FC. He not only led Paris to an international championship, the European Basketball League, but he got drafted. He made it to the NBA. A dream come true. Selected by the Charlotte Hornets in the second round. And he is part of what is looking to be an up-and-coming contender. If we keep improving, I think we could make some noise this year. But in order to do that, I need to be a leader. Your teammates are not going to carry you, especially when you're playing Hall of Fame. So you need to be that vessel. You need to be that captain. And right now, Wilson is taking on that responsibility. Today's contest is against James Harden and the Los Angeles Clippers. They enter this game with a record of 24-14. Charlotte Hornets at 21-18, currently sitting 5th in the Eastern Conference. Believe it or not, we're currently in the hunt for home court advantage in at least the first round. We're slowly but surely improving in an Eastern Conference that's wide open with the exception of the Knicks, who are blowing everybody out of the water. The Hornets have to feel that they could do something, but it's going to take all of us, and everybody's got to get healthy. As you can see, Saluon, one of our young prospects, is still battling injuries. I think we just got Colin Sexton back. Konka Nipple, I think, has also been dealing with some adversity, landing on the IL. He's suiting up. And I think that's pretty much it. So, again, I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in. This is Action Jackson Wilson with NBA 2K26. Again, like, comment, and subscribe. And also, just want to remind you, no matter who you are or what you've been through, Jesus Christ loves you. He's the Savior of this world, and He's preparing the next one, a new heaven and a new earth. This kingdom of heaven that is at hand. We're called to repent, change our way of thinking, turn from our sin, lean not on our own understanding, but turn to Jesus Christ and His promise and His finished work on the cross. We were once all sinners, but Christ died for us. He rose again from the grave 3 days later, and because He lived and conquered death, we shall rise with him, but only if you have made him your Savior, if you believe, you have faith, you repent. Your life will never be the same after that. It will be the best decision you'll ever make. Call upon the name of the Lord. You shall be saved. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Hornets, Clippers. From Staples Center.
Hey, Dad.
Hey.
Yo, wait. If you're here, who's helping out with the restaurant?
Your Uncle Rick. You know, she's staying with us for a little while, just until the surgery.
Uncle Rick?
Yep.
Really? Dad, Uncle Rick can't make toast.
We've been having the same regulars for the last 20 years. I think we'll be just fine.
All right.
Let's see.
Thank you. So be honest. How are you feeling?
I'm here, ain't I?
Yeah, but I know you. Heck, I'm surprised they even let you fly.
Well, let me. Oh, no. You can't keep this dog in a cage. Look, I'm good, man. I keep telling you that.
I know, it's just... It's a lot for all of us.
Yeah. Listen, if I'm not scared, then you shouldn't be. It is my chest they're cutting into, okay?
Yeah, I hear you, but... in my mind... it's just causing me a lot of anxiety. I can't stop thinking about it, Dad.
Whenever I feel like that, I just throw myself into my work. Keeps my mind from wandering.
Yeah, I've been trying that.
You better be. Because I don't want my last memory of you getting work tonight.
I'm dead.
What, too far, too soon? What?
No, that was actually funny.
Oh.
Which is rare for you.
Oh, no, come on, man. Quit playing. I'm always funny. Right?
Well, I got you courtside seats tonight.
Oh, cool.
Hey, just make sure you don't spill no drinks. I don't need them roasting you on the Jumbotron.
Oh, no, wait, where you think you got those hands from? I got a steel grip, man. Come on.
I know you got that old man strength.
No. I was stronger than you when I was your age.
Huh?
Right? Yeah.
Are you okay? Did they not test your brain while you were in the hospital?
Hey, don't worry about my brain, okay? you got a game to win. And an MVP trophy to take home.
Man, I hear that, Pops.
All right. Okay.
It had been a while since I posted my last episode. I forgot about my dad as well. Wilson had also been going through some adversity. His dad had some health issues prior to his last game against Oklahoma City. He got the call just before he went out the floor. It's good to see him in attendance here tonight. There's a look at Kawhi Leonard, another superstar for the LA Clippers. But our main focus is on not just him, but James Harden, who's currently in the voting for MVP. While the team always comes first, I want to see how I match up against the best in the league. We did our thing against the rookies, getting our feet wet. And now the rise continues. Let's take to the floor.
At power forward, at 6'9", number 20, John Collins. At shooting guard, 6'4", number 0, Bradley Beal. At center, 7 foot, number 40, Ivica Zubac. Point guard, 6'5", numero uno, James Harden. Starting at the other corner position, 6 feet 7 inches, number 2, Kawhi Leonard. Your LA Clippers head coach is Ty Lue. Once again, the starter for your LA Clippers.
James Harden, Bradley Beal, Kawhi Leonard, John Collins, and Ivica Zubac. This veteran-rich lineup for the Los Angeles Clippers going up against the youthful Charlotte Hornets. The similarity, both teams are in the playoffs, and they are optimistic about what is to come. As Wilson loses the opening tip against Zubac, and here we go. James Harden, an MVP candidate, running the point guard position. He'll set up John Collins at the top, and they leave it for Kawhi Leonard, who can't sink the jump shot. The rebound pulled in by Brandon Miller. He throws it up ahead to Wilson, who hits LaMelo Ball. Ooh, they got a switch, so Wilson will post up Harden. Double team's not coming. Wilson goes to work on Harden and hits the turnaround jump shot. Hornets coming off a tough loss against the Thunder in Oklahoma City, looking to bounce back, and they're off to a great start. Wilson the orchestrator, and here is Bradley Beal to a cutting Zubac. He fooled Wilson right there. Thought he was going to go set a screen, but he hit him with a nice juke. Got a 2-2 tie as Wilson will run the point guard position. Let's get LaMelo Ball started on a floppy. The screen, the triple. Ball scores from downtown. So Ball, who had been going through some struggles as of late, that's a great sign for the Charlotte Hornets as Collins gets the ball beyond the perimeter and leaves it for James Harden. Harden looking to drive, but Ball plays tough defense. Harden goes to the left hand and misses. Rebound by Wilson. Wilson thought about the fast break, but instead he'll keep it. And he'll give it to LaMelo. Give him a screen. Here is Ball with another three. This time off the dribble, but it's no good. Rebound pulled in by Ivica Zubac. Leonard to Harden. Harden. Collins for three. No good. Offensive rebound by Zubac. Good D by Wilson, and the shot rolls off. Up ahead for Ball. Ball to Bridges in the corner. Bridges takes a jump shot. No good. Rebound by the Clippers. Zubac. 5-2 Charlotte. We're just getting going here in Los Angeles. Late night basketball. Beal left alone for three. Ties the game. 5-5. Back and forth we go here in the early part of this game. Wilson into the post, but he gets fouled by Kawhi Leonard. He came with the double team and stopped play before Wilson could kick it out to an open Pat Connaughton. Speaking of Connaughton, see if we can get him involved. Connaughton receives a screen. Now to Wilson. Wilson posts up, back to Connaughton. 5 to shoot. Wilson, the screen, the roll. Connaughton shoots. Connaughton scores. Pat Connaughton out of the University of Notre Dame showing off that trigger under pressure. And it's 7-5 Hornets. Zubac goes to the paint. He'll go for the off-ball screen. Here's Kawhi Leonard now, isolating Pat Connaughton. He's got the height advantage, and he shows it right there. Kawhi Leonard taking advantage and tying the game at 7 on that 10-foot jumper. Bridges spinning. Outside Wilson. Wilson looks for Bridges this time. He cuts. It's not there, so he'll leave it for Ball. Ball gets a double screen from Wilson and Connaughton. Ball shoots another shot, but it's no good. 7-7. Back come the Clippers with Beal. Beal outside Leonard. Leonard back to Beal. Zubac cutting to the paint, but Wilson is there. Beal with 10 to shoot. Beal with the drive. Posts up. Backs up. 5 seconds. 4, 3. Beal, tough leaner. No good. Wilson on the rebound. Up ahead, Bridges. Hornets looking to retake the lead. And a charging foul is called against LaMelo Ball. Kind of stinks because I think we had a wide open cut otherwise. Clippers get the ball back with James Harden. crossing the timeline at the PG position. Zubac to Collins. Harden for three in the lead. No good. Wilson boxes out Zubac and gets the board. His fourth of the game. Brandon Miller on the break. Wilson feeds him. Back outside Wilson. Zubac sagging. Wilson for three. Got it. Jackson Wilson from downtown. His first triple of the evening. 10-7 Charlotte. It's the first three-point advantage for either team. Here is Leonard. Leonard drives. Leonard crosses over. He backs up to the three-point arc. With 7 to shoot, he gives it to James Harden. Harden off of a screen. Wilson with great D rotating down, but he cannot stop Zubac. Zubac with the two-handed flush. 10-9. Ball to Wilson. Here he comes. Here, do it again, Ball. Do it again. Wilson mixing it up with Ball between the point guard and the shooting guard. Ball wanted the three, but he elects to pass it up. Now Miller. As Wilson comes with the screen right side. Connaughton helps out as well. Here is Miller. He shoots. No good. Offensive rebound by Wilson. He lays it in with a feather touch. Wilson there to back up his teammates as he's done so much this year. He's now up to 7 points, 5 rebounds, and an assist. Kawhi Leonard looking for an answer with the Clippers trailing 12-9. Hop step. Rejected by Wilson. He deflects it into the hands of Bridges. Ball to a cutting Wilson. Zubac is too late. Wilson with the two-handed flush. Beating Zubac with his own medicine. Whatever you can do, I can do better. Zubac with the off-ball screen. Here he comes on a curl. But again, Wilson is right there. Leonard crossing over near the free throw line, and he'll back up beyond the arc. 7 seconds for Leonard. Leonard to Zubac. Zubac gets viciously denied. Wilson comes in and knocks it into the Clippers bench. Get your helmets on, because there's a cannonball coming, as they say in the Pittsburgh. Hit you with a little baseball reference. The Pittsburgh Pirates. And now a platoon swap for the Charlotte Hornets. That's the second rejection for Wilson. His career high was 7 in a comeback victory against the Bulls in Chicago. Gets another rebound. Again, the paint's wide open for Wilson, and he gets the bucket off of a Brandon Miller assist. Here, look at those balanced percentages for Wilson. 32% taken on his own, 36 on assists. That's an MVP statistic for sure. Kawhi Leonard former finals MVP taking that to the cup for 2. Get the Clippers back within 5. Here's a 3 by LaMelo Ball. It's no good. Rebound by the Clippers. Hornets off to a great start, leading 16-11 behind Wilson, who's got the same number of points as the entire Clippers team. Here is Leonard inside Zubac. Nice pass, and Zubac able to lay it in off the window. Inbound goes to Ball. 3 minutes to go here in the first quarter. As Ball tried to feed Wilson despite us trying to set a screen. And now Knipple will check in along with Trey Mann. LaMelo Ball and Brandon Miller will take a break. And the Hornets prepare to inbound. Wilson looking to get free. He does. But he misses the triple. Rebound by the Clippers. Here is Harden. Harden up ahead to Leonard. Wilson picks him up. Now Chris Paul. Leonard with the screen for Harden. Harden for the tie. No good. Wilson with the rebound, and he goes up ahead to Williams. Williams to Wilson. Knipple. As Wilson comes with the screen on Harden. Williams to Sexton. Sexton with a bad pass, deflected out of bounds by the Clippers. Wilson tried to get to the post, but the Clippers were there to deny him. But he's going to go right back to work here. Great screen by Sexton. Wilson with the juke, gets inside, over Lopez, no good. Rebound, LA. Another opportunity, but Harden blows the alley-oop layup. The Clippers able to recover. Here is Harden again. This time leaving it for Beal. Beal can't get the bounce. Rebound pulled in by Wilson. Up ahead it goes to Trey Mann. Mann's got Lopez on him, so he'll go to Wilson. Double team comes. Wilson to Sexton. Three-pointer straight away. No good, off to the right. Harden comes back for the Clippers. Harden sets up the offense and feeds Brook Lopez. Lopez guarded by Wilson. Lopez gets by Wilson and is able to lay it in. Wilson wanted an offensive foul. He thought he got shoved with the forearm of Lopez. But it's a one-point game, and now Wilson will do a pick and roll with Williams. Here is Williams, but Wilson throws it away. Commits his first turnover, and now Beal can't give the Clippers the lead on the layup. Wilson up ahead to Mann. Mann to the corner for Sexton. His three-pointer, yes. Colin Sexton from downtown to give the Hornets restored momentum. It's 19-15. Here in the first quarter with 52 seconds to go. Beal with the drive. He gets blocked, but Wilson gets called for the goaltend. Now the Hornets will make a substitution with Mason Plumlee entering the game for Wilson. So Wilson, who played a lot of games for 40 minutes because of a lack of injuries, will actually get to take a breather now that the Hornets have some increased depth. He'll re-enter for the second quarter with Charlotte on top of LA 23-19 on the road. The 6th seed in the Western Conference taking on the 5th seed in the East. The Hornets will run Wilson at the point guard position. Here he comes with Con Knippel. The pick and fade. He loses Lopez. Here's Knippel with an open mid-range, and he sticks it. Good play right there. Wilson picks up his second assist, and it's a 6-point lead for the Charlotte Hornets at 25-19. Beal crosses over, looking to drive. Beal to a cutting Lopez. Lopez gets his shot swatted, but again, the referee blows his whistle. Wilson not happy with the call. He thought he got all ball, but a good cut by Lopez otherwise, and he'll get 2 free throws. The big man out of Stanford converts the first. Second free throw by Lopez is also good. 25-21. Hornets on top of the Clippers. Here is Mann leaving it for Wilson. Wilson just hit Knippel for a mid-range, and now they're going to go for another jumper. This time the Clippers are ready for it. Here is Trey Mann. Wilson wraps around him. Out to Sexton with 5 to shoot. Sexton goes to work. Sexton for 3. No good. Wilson another offensive rebound, and he punches it over Lopez. Whenever there's about 6 or 7 seconds on the clock, Wilson will let his guards go to work and have their back if necessary. Wilson already with a double-double on the board with 13 points and 10 boards. Outside Lopez, Wilson gets out to the perimeter quickly. 6 seconds to shoot. Chris Paul, the veteran, uses a Lopez screen, but he can't shake Trey Mann, and Mann is able to stop him with great defense. Back come the Hornets. Another pick and roll coming with Wilson. This time it's Diabate doing the work. Diabate gets turned aside by Lopez. It's a block party here in Los Angeles. And now Diabate will take a seat after that. Charlotte will keep possession. It'll be Williams on the inbound. This play is going to be for Wilson on a backdoor cut, but it's not there. Instead, he gets it beyond the perimeter and calls Knippel, or rather Sexton, back up top. Nice pass by Sexton to a cutting Williams, and Williams cashes in for 2. 29-21 Charlotte over the Clippers. In an MVP battle between Jackson Wilson and James Harden. Harden is currently taking a break on the bench. Bogdanovic off a screen from Lopez, and he knocks down on a tough triple. Trimming the Hornets' lead to 5. Hornets wanting to push. Wilson into the post, out to Knippel. Knippel off a screen. Gives it for Wilson. Wilson from downtown on the pick and fade. The Hornets' top draft picks linking up. Knippel was taken with the 4th overall selection out of the University of Duke. And then the Hornets took a chance on Wilson, the rising star from Paris FC. Clippers able to rip down another dunk and get it back within 6. Here's Wilson to a cutting Knipple. There they go again. Knipple showing off his range from inside and out. Nice touch. He can do a little of everything, just like Wilson has shown. Here's a lob inside. Clippers turning back the clock when they used to be called Lob City. Bradley Beal on that connection. Picking up the assist, and now here is Wilson. The screen by Williams. Wilson into the post. The cut ain't open, so he'll leave it for Trey Mann. Off-ball screen for Mann. Here is Sexton. Wilson's got a mismatch. He'll go right back to the post. 5 to shoot. Here we go. Wilson commits the 3-second violation. Wilson was about to go to a fadeaway, but the whistle blew before he could do so. Well, that'll be the second turnover of the evening for Wilson. LaMelo Ball will check back in for Trey Mann. 34-28 Charlotte over the Los Angeles Clippers. Great game tonight for Wilson. 16 points, 11 rebounds, 3 assists. Couple of turnovers, but you're usually bound to get that in playing in Hall of Fame. Here's an offensive rebound by Lopez, but Wilson stands tall with great defense. Up ahead, LaMelo Ball. Ball to a cutting Williams. Williams to Wilson. Wilson has been in a zone with Knipple. Here they go again. Another layup for Knipple. Wilson channeling his inner Nikola Jokic, alternating between the center and point guard positions, getting every one of his teammates involved, looking to make each and every one of them better. Knipple and Jackson Wilson have been a nice mix for the Charlotte Hornets here in 2025. The rookies are maturing quickly right before our eyes. John Collins with a mismatch against Mann. He flushes it over his head. Now Wilson will go back to the center position as LaMelo Ball sets up the offense. It's Wilson in the corner. Ball with an assist as Jackson Wilson is money from downtown. He's 3 out of 4 from beyond the arc. He's got 19 points, 12 rebounds, 4 assists, and a couple of big blocks to help the Hornets to this early lead. Bradley Beal trying to get busy on Colin Sexton. He draws the foul, and he will earn 2 free throws. Sexton was looking for a jump ball. He doesn't get the call. So Beal will capitalize on both tosses. 39-32. Sexton up ahead for Wilson. From mid-range, that's green. Colin Sexton and LaMelo Ball hitting Wilson in stride. And that's 21 points for the Hornets MVP candidate. Here's a screen by Lopez for Kawhi Leonard. Leonard beyond the arc, driving inside, out to James Harden. Beal left alone for 3. No good. Rebound by Wilson. Up ahead he goes to Knipple. Now Ball. Ball with the drive. Tough shot goes off the side of the backboard. Here is James Harden. Outside for Lopez. Beal back to Harden. Harden backs up and he'll give it to Lopez. Lopez with a 3-pointer over Wilson. No good. Offensive rebound by Leonard. The kick out to Beal. He misses the 3. Lopez the rebound. He scores. To be honest, I didn't even box out there because I thought that shot was going in. I didn't see an indicator. Whenever you got this takeover, you'll be able to tell when a rebound is falling. So it's one of the nice additions 2K added. Here is Wilson to Knipple. 7 seconds for the Hornets to shoot. Wilson with the off-ball screen. Look at Knipple. Do it yourself, young man. Knipple is not just a sharpshooter. He can orchestrate an offense and score from anywhere on the floor. That's 3 baskets in the paint in just the second quarter alone for Knipple. Here is Kawhi Leonard with the tough drive, and he will kick it out to Collins. Collins to Harden. Harden for 3. No good. James Harden has gone cold as Wilson brings it up. He'll leave it for Ball. Outside Wilson. Mismatch with Beal. Back to Ball as Wilson gets into the post. Here comes a double team. Knipple to Miller. Miller with the 3 ball. That's no good. Rebound by Collins. 3:05 to go here in the first half. Hornets by 9. Here is Leonard. Outside for Collins. Collins for 3. No good. Rebound by Wilson. Up ahead, Miller. Miller with the spin. Drives. Another spin to Wilson. Another 3 is down. Jackson Wilson in rhythm, giving all of his teammates assists. LaMelo Ball. Colin Sexton and now Brandon Miller, and a timeout taken by the Los Angeles Clippers. They really need to have a meeting now. Their defense has not been keying in on Wilson enough, and he has exploited the matchups. The Hornets are also hungry after coming off a tough loss against Oklahoma City. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and company proved to be too much in a battle against the defending champs. But just like this Hornets team has done all year, they usually do a great job of bouncing back. They also had a loss against the bottom-feeding Utah Jazz, but here they are on the road against a proven heavyweight in the Los Angeles Clippers, handling their business. Here's a quick trigger from beyond the arc. It's no good. Rebound by the Hornets. Wilson will look for LaMelo Ball this time. A lot of different Hornets have been contributing here tonight. This has been one of them, but LaMelo Ball can't keep it up. Connaughton off the second chance points. No good. Here are the Clippers now with Bogdanovic. Outside Lopez. Tight defense by Wilson. Leonard draws a double team and hits Harden for three, and he finally gets it to go. So far, the Hornets have led the entire game. There's been 3 ties, but they've never trailed. Here is Bridges. Off a screen from Wilson. Outside Wilson. His three-pointer. No good. Bridges fights for the loose ball, but it's secured by the Clippers. Back they come with Bogdanovic. Leonard. As Lopez sets an off-ball screen for James Harden. Harden outside. He'll pass fake. Use the screen. Dribble between his legs. Harden. Outside Bogdanovic. His three-pointer is no good. Lopez with a great move to get around Wilson's box out. Here's Bogdanovic to a cutting Collins. Collins over Wilson. He's able to lay it home. 46-39. We've entered the final minute here in the first half. This play has been working, so we'll go back to it. Here's the floppy. Wilson to Ball. Now Wilson screens for Ball. Wilson left alone. Ball hits him. It's tough to keep track of these two when they are both in a zone, and that's the case right now. Bogdanovic to James Harden. Collins back to Harden. Harden to Kawhi Leonard. Leonard uses a screen by Brook Lopez. Lopez pops out. Wilson with great defense. It's a miss. Rebound by Charlotte, and they'll take their time. Hornets leading by 9. They've never trailed in this game, and they try to extend their advantage to double digits. Here we go. Once again with LaMelo Ball. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. No good for LaMelo. The play worked to perfection. The timing was just right, but no execution. However, the Hornets will take a 9-point lead into the locker room. 48-39 over the Los Angeles Clippers. On to the halftime report, but first, the $10,000 half-court shot.
For the fan, half-court shot. Drums, please. They're measuring up the shot. Someone left the window open. Yeah, let's hear it for the participant.
That half-court shot was a microcosm of how that first half went for the Los Angeles Clippers. A brick. The Charlotte Hornets with a 48-39 lead as we take a look at a key trade between the Denver Nuggets and the Los Angeles Lakers. Valanciunas will now be going to the City of Lights. Or is the City of Lights Las Vegas? Maybe I'm overthinking things. But anyway, Gabe Vincent, he will be the new point guard for the Denver Nuggets to complement Jamal Murray and Nikola Jokic. As a matter of fact, that's going to be our next key game coming up here in a few days on the calendar. Wilson will be going up against Nikola Jokic. Wilson, in many people's eyes, is becoming the Nikola Jokic of the Eastern Conference. So that'll be a nice matchup to see. A couple of stat sheet stuffers helping themselves in the buffet line. Wilson could be well on his way to another triple-double if his teammates can knock down more shots like they have been. 26 points, 15 rebounds, 4 assists. Wilson also with a couple of blocks. So the Hornets look to bounce back after suffering a tough loss at the hands of the defending champion Oklahoma City Thunder, led by Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. There's another look at some highlights from Jackson Wilson. Doing his thing. And he looks to lead the Hornets to their 22nd victory in their first 40 games. They currently hold the 5th spot in the East. But they're trying to keep climbing and get potentially home court advantage should they make the playoffs. Here's Bridges. They're still leaving Wilson open from the mid-range, but this time Wilson can't capitalize. Back come the Clippers. Wilson, even with that miss, is shooting 73% from the floor here tonight. Zubac, who's checked back in for the Clippers, is beyond the three-point arc, but he is not a shooter. So Wilson will stick to playing the paint. Outside for Zubac, 2 to shoot. Wilson gets into position, and he gets the rebound as Zubac had no choice but to take that triple. It wasn't even close. Brandon Miller now, as Wilson tried to feed a cutting Connaughton, but I pushed the wrong button. But they are bringing the double teams. That's a good sign. Wilson's doing his job, opening up the floor for his teammates. And here we go again. Wilson into the post. This time working against Zubac. Outside for Connaughton. Connaughton with 7 to shoot. Wilson off a screen. Here is Connaughton. Goes behind his back. Goes up for a tough layup, but he gets turned aside by Zubac. Zubac on a fast break leaves it for Beal. Zubac goes in for a tough layup. Wilson thought he might have got a hand on it. But the Clippers get the 2 points, and they're trying to make a run out of this. Here is Wilson outside. Another 3 on the assist by LaMelo Ball. Wilson with his 5th triple in 7 tries. And it's a double-digit advantage for the Hornets over the Clippers. Beal looking to respond. He cannot. Tapped inside to Bridges. Connaughton, fast break. Wilson into the corner for Miller. Miller off a screen, gives it to Bridges. Bridges outside for Ball. Here is Wilson. Pick and roll with Bridges. Bridges. There's nowhere to go, so Wilson's going to have to take on Zubac. His jump shot is no good over the tall 7-footer. Rebound by the Clippers. Kawhi Leonard will bring it up. And now the ball's in the hands of Beal, who hits a cutting Zubac for the flush. Here comes Ball with the Hornets leading by 8. Ball. Wilson looked to cut, but Zubac was there. Bridges on the Wilson wraparound. Wilson finds Ball. Ball with 6 to shoot. Ball off a screen, gives it to Connaughton. Connaughton fires away. Wilson boxes out Zubac, but he still is able to get the rebound. Back comes Harden. Harden to Beal. Beal to Leonard. Zubac cuts. Leonard's got the strength over Connaughton, but he cannot hit the floater. The perfect time double team by the Hornets. Wilson in the corner. He'll go up against Leonard. The double team doesn't come, so Wilson will go to the drop step and convert. Wilson now with 31 points on a 72 shooting percentage from the floor. They tried to go up ahead to Zubac, but Wilson is there to initiate the pass out. Now Miller, as Zubac gets caught in the dust. Wilson gets a pick and roll started with Bridges. It's not there, so Wilson will give it the ball with 6 on the shot clock. Here's a screen. Ball with the triple, no good. Offensive rebound by Wilson. Put back. That's missed. Rebound by Zubac. 53-43 Charlotte as Leonard gives it inside to Collins. Collins draws the shooting foul on Bridges. And he'll go to the line for 2. Collins' first toss bounces off to the left, no good. The Clippers, who have never led in this game, trying to rally against this scrappy Hornets squad, but they have been stingent so far. doing a nice job of holding the fort on enemy ground. Wilson into the post to a cutting Miller. Miller gets to work, and he gives it to Bridges. Bridges will try a triple. He misses it. Rebound by Zubac. Up ahead for Leonard. Off a James Harden pass. Collins left alone in the paint for two. Good fast break by the Clippers. Hornets looking to push. Here is Wilson facing Zubac. Gets into the post. Wilson drop steps back and gives it to Melo Ball. Ball with the drive. Hits Wilson for two. Off the glass. That play has worked to perfection all night long for LaMelo Ball and Jackson Wilson. Wilson shooting 70% on the night. He's got 33 points, 19 rebounds, and 4 assists, and the Clippers will ask for time. Great job by Charlotte on the road. They look to get a big victory on the West Coast. The mascot and the dancers doing everything they can to fire up this crowd. But they haven't had much to get amped up about so far. The Hornets have controlled the complete flow of this game, despite the Clippers throwing a few counterpunches, as you see right there. They've done everything in their power to trim down this deficit, but the Hornets have stayed the course. They led by 9 at the break, and they're still going strong, up by 7 here. Here's Bridges as Wilson calls for a ball cut. Here he comes, but Harden is there to jump the passing lane. Wilson commits turnover number 3 here on the night, as Collins hits Leonard for the triple. Leonard can't sink it. Rebound by Wilson. Up ahead for Ball. Ball with the drive off the ankle breaker. He shoots and misses. Rebound again by the Clippers. LaMelo Ball just 1 for 9 after capitalizing on his first attempt. Leonard felt contact but doesn't get the foul call. Up ahead goes Wilson to Brandon Miller. Miller outside for Connaughton. Wilson sets it off ball screen and he'll cut, but it's deflected by Zubac. The Hornets reset and Wilson will give it back to Ball. 7 seconds to shoot. Ball to Wilson. Wilson got to go up over Zubac again, and he misses. Rebound LA. And now here is James Harden. Harden looking to put the team on his back. Leonard with the drive. He'll take the 15-footer and kiss the glass for 2. 3 minutes and 33 seconds to go here in the third. Hornets still leading, but it's only by 5 now. Wilson needs somebody else to step up besides him. Here's a screen on Zubac. Wilson looking around. He'll give it the Ball. Ball fakes off a screen. Here is Ball. Loses Harden off the ankle breaker. Wilson will give it back, but he can't sink the shot. James Harden went flying on that ankle breaker by Ball, but the Hornets could not capitalize. Inside Zubac. Wilson with good defense. Bradley Beal isolating Miller with 5 to shoot. Beal with the drive. Beal shoots. Beal is denied by Wilson, who picks up his 3rd block of the night. Into the corner for Connaughton. Connaughton for 3. Got it! Defense to offense, started by Jackson Wilson, who picks up a block, and then found Connaughton for the triple to pick up his 5th assist. Timeout, Clippers. Boy, LaMelo Ball's got to be relieved. He's shooting us out of this game. LaMelo Ball hit his first triple, but he's missed 9 straight ever since. That's why it's a team game. When someone's struggling, it's the next man up. Wilson's been doing his job. Pat Connaughton with a couple big buckets. Con Knipple has been efficient off the bench. And that's why we got the lead right now, 58-50, with 2:26 to go until the 4th. Here is Lopez as he enters the game for Zubac. He'll give it to James Harden. Brook Lopez, unlike Zubac, is a threat from beyond the arc. Bradley Beal wanted a triple, but instead he elects to drive. Good defense by the veteran Colin Sexton. It's no good. Offensive board by Harden. 3-pointer is no good, and this time Wilson is there to clean up mess. Up ahead, Knipple. Knipple had the open layup, but he elects to kick to Williams instead. And that results in a jump ball.
That's a jump ball.
Come on, Knipple, just giving you compliments. Don't be selling us like that. Lopez on the jump. He's able to win it. Back to the Clippers. Here is Beal. He leaves it for Leonard. Leonard, as Lopez sets a quick screen on the left block. Lopez with a contested triple. No good. Rebound by Knipple. Knipple looks to push it up ahead to Wilson. Wilson for the three. No good. Rebound LA. Back they come with Bogdanovic. Bogdanovic to Beal. Beal. Crossover. Beal outside for Harden. Bogdanovic as Lopez sets a screen. Inside for Beal. Beal with the tough shot. He's able to convert the layup despite contact from Trey Mann. And now Wilson will take a seat on the bench. And as he re-enters, the Hornets will look to protect a 5-point lead in the final 10 minutes of this one. Brook Lopez will be his matchup. Well, the Hornets elect to put Wilson at the point guard position. Here he comes, looking to get busy with Knipple. Knipple has been beneficial tonight for the Hornets. They're going to need him right here. He gives it to Wilson. Wilson to Williams. 10 to shoot. Wilson into the post, and he'll give it to Trey Mann. The near steal, Wilson with the screen. Mann hits Wilson. Wilson sticks another mid-range. Brook Lopez with the wrong decision, crashing the board. Left Wilson open. He's now up to 35 points with 65% shooting. Lopez gets into the post. And he patiently waits for Bogdanovic and gets it to him. Bogdanovic outside for Harden. Harden with 4 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Harden with a tough shot. No good. Wilson with the rebound. That's number 22. Up ahead he goes to Knipple. Knipple to a cutting Wilson. Lopez with the switch, and it was a poor one at that. The Charlotte rookies exploiting Clipper mistakes once again. Wilson to Knipple. Knipple to Wilson. 67 to 58. As Wilson comes over to help on Sexton. Here's Lopez with a layup inside. I'd rather give that up than a three in this situation. As Trey Mann will push it up ahead to Wilson again. Wilson gets into the post on Lopez. Now he'll set it up. Knipple. Let's feed the hot hand. It's going to be us and nobody else right now. Knipple. Wilson looking to cut and back him up. But Knipple says, I've got you. Knipple goes to work and shows off his shot under pressure. 69 to 60 Charlotte. It's been a rough day for LaMelo Ball, but Knipple has filled that void while Ball's been sitting on the bench. Chris Paul, who's also been in a funk, looking to get back on track for the Clippers, trailing by 9. Paul leaves it for James Harden. His three-pointer is down. Clippers trim the deficit back to 6. As Wilson once again runs the point guard position. This time it's a pick and fade with Knipple, but Knipple lays an illegal screen on Brook Lopez. A rookie mistake right there. And now it looks like Knipple will take a seat on the bench. No, it's going to be Williams and Mann taking a break. With 7:40 to go, it's Clippers basketball as LA looks to come from behind and knock off Charlotte here tonight. Lopez. Wilson plays tight on him near the free throw line. Now Lopez will give a screen to Chris Paul. 5 seconds for Paul to shoot. Another triple off of Paul assist is pure. This time it's Bogdanovic. And the Clippers are back in it, trailing by just 3 now. The ball once again in the hands of Wilson. Here's a screen by Williams. They create a mismatch. Wilson gets into the post. Wilson goes for the layup. It's no good. Rebound by LA. Here is Chris Paul. Outside Bogdanovic. Back to Paul. Paul outside for Collins. Collins was looking for the game-tying 3, but Wilson doesn't let him shoot. Now Lopez. He goes back to Collins. Collins driving in on Wilson. He can't get him in the air, so it's going to be Chris Paul. For the tie, no good. Wilson with the rebound. Great defense by the Hornets. Ball looking to get back on track. He drives and misses. That's now 10 consecutive missed field goals by LaMelo Ball. Here's Chris Paul. Another opportunity for the Clippers to get within 1 or even tie it. Paul off a screen. Paul to a cutting Lopez. Lopez able to score despite Wilson rotating. It is a 1-point Charlotte Hornet lead with 6 minutes to go. Here is ball. Wilson catching and shooting, but it's no good. LA with the rebound. Bogdanovic. After all this time, the Clippers can take their very first lead. Here is James Harden. Lopez inside, looking to score again. He cannot. Wilson thought he got a 3-second violation against him, but he's able to get him to miss regardless. Knipple left alone, but he can't sink the triple. Back come the Clippers. James Harden gives LA its first lead. If he had made that dunk, Lopez also blows it inside, and they finally capitalize. Clippers have the lead, 70-69. 2 missed dunks, but 2 offensive rebounds, and the Hornets call for time. LaMelo Ball, you have got to step up, man. You've got to step up or we're going to lose this game. Hopefully this timeout does something. 70-69 Clippers over the Hornets. After leading this game, or being tied the entire way, the Hornets find themselves down. Here is LaMelo Ball. Wilson looking for ball and gets it to him. Nice cut by Wilson, but it gets deflected. The Hornets still fight for it. There's the dunk by Wilson. A pair of deflections, but the Hornets don't give up on it, and Wilson gets the flush. He's now got 39 points, 71-70 Charlotte. Back and forth we go down the final stretch of this one. Here is Zubac. To Beal. Beal tries a 3 and hits from downtown. 73-71 Clippers, and now the crowd is into it. Hornets looking to push. Here comes Wilson. Wilson to the post. Spinning on Zubac. He ties the game with a flush. Wilson now with 41 points, 18 in the paint against the 7-foot giant Zubac. Here is Paul. Outside for Beal. Zubac will set a screen. Here is Beal. Another screen. Beal with the drive. He pulls up and gives the Clippers the lead. 4 minutes to go. 75-73. Hornets look to push again with Wilson. Goes back to work on Zubac. Gets into the post. Spinning, pump fakes, and he cannot score it. Clippers rebound. Here's Bogdanovic. Bogdanovic gets into the post and leaves it for Beal. Beal off a screen from Zubac. Zubac, as Beal pulls up for another midi and hits. Bradley Beal is taking this game over here in the fourth quarter. As Wilson gets the ball, and we'll go to LaMelo. Let's see if he can get a big shot here. Hornets needing something. Ball doesn't want to take the shot. So here is Knipple on a quick slip. Wilson to Ball in the corner. Wilson gets by Zubac, and Ball hits him on the curl. 43 points for Wilson here tonight. 3 minutes to go. Here comes Beal, and we get another timeout on the floor. 77-75 Los Angeles on top of the Charlotte Hornets. Bradley Beal with big baskets down the stretch. He's going toe-to-toe with Jackson Wilson, who has been the only hope for the Hornets here in the final 4 to 5 minutes. I think everybody else has missed at least 1 or 2 shots. This has been a game of twists and turns. It'd be a heartbreaker for the Hornets, who had the lead almost the entire game, but the Clippers able to pull ahead for at least a short time here in the fourth. Here is Collins. Collins gets the offense set up and gives it to Beal. Beal off a screen. Beal gets free for the triple. No good. Rebound by Wilson. Up ahead it goes to Brandon Miller. Miller lobs it inside to Bridges for the game-tying layup. The Clippers finally miss, and the Hornets take advantage of the opportunity. 2 more young players getting the job done. It's Brandon Miller. And now Harden. Harden looking for an MVP moment, but he keeps it and gives it to Beal. It's no good. Here come the Hornets on the break. Wilson to Brandon Miller. Miller with another big play, this time with a jump shot. Wilson with his 6th assist. Hornets back in front. Stolen by Miller. Where did Brandon Miller come from here in the fourth quarter? I tell you what, let's go to him right now. Brandon Miller's got the hot hand. Less than 2 minutes left. Here is Miller, outside for three. No good. Rebound by the Clippers. We got the shot we wanted, but Brandon Miller can't capitalize. Another steal by the Hornets. Miller, as Wilson goes up ahead to Bridges. Bridges with the punch. What a run by the Hornets here in the final 2 minutes. Mikal Bridges, who hit that game-tying layup on the Brandon Miller assist. And now he's got another big bucket. 7 assists for Wilson. Clippers feeling the pressure. Beal trying to get him back on track. Goes up for a tough layup and misses. Offensive rebound by Zubac. Leonard fires. Leonard scores. 1:32 left. As Ball leaves it for Wilson. Hornets take their time. Wilson gives it to Connaughton. Now Ball. Off a screen from Wilson. Ball for three, no good. Rebound by Zubac. 1 minute to go. Clippers with a chance to tie or even take the lead. Here is Leonard. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Beal to the basket for two, and we are knotted at 81. 50 seconds left. Wilson will bring it up for the Hornets. Here we go. Wilson gets to work. Here's Wilson in the post. Now he'll call for the floppy for LaMelo Ball. Here comes Ball. Wilson with a great pass, but Ball still cannot clutch up. Clippers have a chance to retake the lead. We're down to 20 seconds left. Here is Beal with the drive. Beal with the tough leaner, no good. Wilson with the rebound, and here we go. It's going to be Wilson, nobody else. He's got a mismatch. Here we go. Down to 4, down to 3. Wilson spinning. Wilson with the dunk over Kawhi Leonard. 1.3 seconds left. Wilson may have just had his first career buzzer beater game winner. But we've got to play defense. Oh my goodness. 83-81. Charlotte. 1 second left. Here we go. No threes. As a matter of fact, immediately when they inbound, foul them. No, don't foul, actually. Here is Leonard. No good! And the Hornets have come into Los Angeles and held off the Clippers 83-81. Jackson Wilson with the game winner.
And we hope you had a fun time. Drive home safely.
Wow, what a game. And how about the young superstars?
Got yourself a double-double. Anything missing, MP? You want fries with that?
Showing up when it matters most. Not just Wilson, but Brandon Miller and Miles Bridges. Saving LaMelo Ball's hairy arse. Sorry, no disrespect to LaMelo Ball, but he played like absolute doo-doo tonight. What he finished, like 1 out of 13? I'm going to have to check that stat line, but anyways, yeah, chemistry always comes first for me.
For me, double-double's the basic meal, the combo. But let's get some triple-doubles going. Triple-doubles are like adding some exotic sauce on top. I'm talking honey mustard, barbecue, maybe even some dessert. A little sundae or something. Yeah, that's what I want next time out. Need to spice things up a little bit, give it some flavor.
Making me hungry, MP.
Me too. Hey, lunch on you?
You got it.
All right.
Kevin, over to you.
This, along with our 17-point comeback against Chicago,
All right, we're here with MP.
will be a night that we will always remember.
No, most people call me Matt.
Can I call you Matt?
No. All right, Matt. What'd you think of your son tonight, man? He make you proud?
Oh, man, I don't want to get too cheesy, but I've always been proud of MP, man. No matter what he does, he gives it his all, and he's a genuinely good person.
Thanks, Dad. Hey, Xander, wait, whoa, let's mix it up. I thought this was supposed to be a lighthearted series.
Trust me, man. Your fans gonna love it.
Okay.
A box office, baby.
Oh, gosh.
Come on.
Hey, look, that's my dad for you. He makes the best diner food you'll ever have in your life, but in his heart of hearts, he thinks he's a Hollywood movie star.
Look, I just need my big break, son. You know how that goes?
Well, lucky for you, Dad, we're filming on my socials right now, so I got a ton of followers. Hollywood might be calling tomorrow.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about.
So you went from having a heart attack to Hollywood, I see. In all seriousness, though, stay away from Hollywood, guys. You know, with all the people giving their souls away, you know, I wouldn't play with that. Not saying everybody who's on Hollywood is evil, but that place is definitely full of evil. But anyway, that's kind of a tangent. How about that, ladies and gentlemen? Today's gameplay. You gotta leave a like for that. Wasn't easy. We gave the lead away because of lack of support, particularly from a particular somebody, LaMelo Ball. I know he's only one player, but dadgummit, 1 out of 13. Let's look at his numbers real quick. Absolute madness. LaMelo Ball, 1 for 13. You had all the opportunities in the world to win this game. You know, to be honest, I don't regret going to LaMelo Ball right there, because you need to have trust in your teammate, especially your veteran, your superstar who's been around the block in those situations. I respect Ball enough to trust him in that situation. But you know what? I also respect this team enough that when we're in an opportunity like we were in the final seconds, if nobody else is stepping up, it's got to be me. I don't care if the double team comes or not. It's got to be me. Look at your boy here tonight. 45 points, 27 rebounds, 7 assists, got 3 blocks, shot nearly 67%, went 5 for 9 from deep. We did our thing here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out to Con Knipple, 5 out of 6 with 10 points off the bench. He could have had 12 if he would have taken one of those shots to the rim instead of passing it out. But this has got to be better from LaMelo Ball. I know he had 6 assists. They were probably all to me. But 1 out of 13, 1 for 7. Really, he was 0 for 12 if you take away that first bucket he had at the start of it. So if LaMelo Ball is going to be a superstar that's going to lead this team to a championship or to get us to a title, he's got to step his game up. You know I got to stay humble on my part as well, but we did our thing here tonight. There's things that we can improve on, but this right here is unacceptable. LaMelo Ball, you got to be better than that. But I still love you. You've been a great teammate. You've been a great right-hand man. And I'm glad this happened in the regular season and not the playoffs. Now, we got the win. At the end of the day, that's what truly matters. But we can't expect to get away with this when our season's on the line. So with that being said, we outplayed James Harden, and we got the victory. Our defense got a big stop. Your boys secured that clutch rebound to get us down the floor for the final 10 seconds. And the rest is history. Once I lost Zubac and got him to switch there, and I got that mismatch with Kawhi Leonard. I mean, Leonard's a good defender, but your boy has no fear. He had the size, he had the strength, he got right down to work, took the clock down to 1.3, and the defense did an outstanding job denying the Clippers a miracle heave. So, this has been another presentation of NBA 2K26. I'm your host, Action Jackson Wilson. I invite you guys to stay tuned. We just finished Detroit Become Human. We have more series coming your way, along with much more content here on this series. Our next key game will be against the Denver Nuggets. Again, on enemy ground, going up against the walking triple-double Nikola Jokic, the defending champion from 2 seasons ago, the 2-time MVP, and the Finals MVP. We've done great on this road trip. Another big win in Los Angeles as we overcame the Lakers, 127-126. And then we knock off the Golden State Warriors, 131-117. Hornets continuing to stay in the fight for those top 4 slots in the Eastern Conference, which would guarantee them at least home court advantage in the first round. The Knicks are currently still leading the way at 35-7. And we'll see what happens the rest of the way. Stay tuned, everybody. This has been another presentation of Ladder of Light Gaming. Once again, this is Action Jackson Wilson, praying you peace that passes beyond understanding and the unconditional love of Jesus Christ. May His favor and may His love, His relationship, His eternal life, and salvation be yours today with the acceptance of Him into your heart.